and drop it for a plan. Drop it for me. I'll rent a beach house in Miami. Wake up with no jammies. Lobster tail for dinner. Julio served that scampi. You got it if you want it. Got it if you want it. Said you got it if you want it. Take my wallet if you want it now. Jump in the Cadillac. Girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby. You deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you. Gold jewelry shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on us. Lucky for you, that's what I like.
Hey, it's Aaron from Songs in the Key of Aaron. Today I will be giving a guitar lesson on the song That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. It's a very fun song using a lot of jazz chords, and there's a lot of sections to this song, so I'll have timestamps in the description below. If you want to go ahead and look at that and skip around, feel free to go back to parts or go ahead to parts if you need to practice certain sections. We're going to get started with a chord overview of our basic verse and chorus chords. Of course, in the song, they sometimes have some variations, but we'll go over that when we get to it. So our first chord is a E flat 7 sus 2. To form that chord, you're going to use your pointer to bar the 6th fret from the 5th string down. Then you're going to use your ring to fret the 8th fret of the 4th string. And you can strum from your 5th string all the way down. Our next chord is an E flat minor 9 with no 5th. To form this chord, you're going to place your pinky on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, your ring on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, your pointer on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and your middle on the 6th fret of the 5th string. You can strum from your 5th string down to your 2nd string. Your next chord is E flat minor 7 with no 5th. To form this chord, you're going to use your pointer to bar the 4th fret of the 4th string all the way down to the 1st string. Then place your pinky on the 6th fret of the 3rd string and your ring on the 6th fret of the 5th string. And you can strum from your 5th string all the way down to your 1st string. Now on to the next chord. Your next chord is a G sharp with a C bass. To form this chord, you're going to use your pointer to bar the 8th fret of all of the strings. Then place your middle finger on the 9th fret of the 2nd string. Then your ring finger on the 10th fret of the 4th string. And your pinky on the 11th fret of the 5th string. And you can strum all your strings. Your next chord is a B flat 7 sus 4. To form this chord, you're going to use your pointer and bar the 6th fret of all the strings. Then use your pinky to fret the 8th fret of the 3rd string. Then your ring on the 8th fret of the 5th string. And you can strum all of your strings. The last chord we will be using in this verse and chorus basic overview is a B flat 7. To form this chord, it's going to be the same fingering as your B flat 7 sus 4, your previous chord, except you're going to take your pinky off of that 8th fret of the 3rd string and replace it with your middle finger on the 7th fret of that 3rd string. And again, you can strum all of your strings. Now we're going to go to the verse rhythm. I'm going to refer to the beats with a 16th note count, which is 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. On the intro punches before the lyrics start, you're going to play an E flat 7 sus 2 on beats 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to rest on beat 4. So let me demonstrate this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, and then rest, and then lyrics start right there. So there's a main rhythm going throughout the whole verse when the lyrics start. That rhythm hits on beat 1, the and of 2, and beat 4. So let me demonstrate this with clapping, and you can clap along with me. So 1, 2, ready, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So using this rhythm, when the lyrics start, your first chord is going to be E flat 7 sus 2. And you're going to play that chord throughout that whole measure. So it'll be 1, 2, ready, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Then the next chord, your E flat minor 9 with no fifth, is going to hit on beat 1 of the next measure. So 1, then your E flat minor 7 with no fifth is going to hit on the and of 2 and beat 4 of that same measure. So 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Let me demonstrate that measure with the E flat minor 9 no fifth and the E flat minor 7 no fifth. So 1, 2, ready, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Your next measure is going to be on G sharp with a C bass, and you're going to play this throughout the whole measure using that same rhythm. 1, 2, ready, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. The next measure again uses two different chords. Your first chord is your B flat 7 sus 4, and that will land on beats 1 and the and of 2. So 1, 2, ready, and 1 E and a 2 E and a. And then you're going to move to your B flat 7. That's going to hit on beat 4. So 3 E and a 4 E and a. Those two chords together forming that measure is going to sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now let's go ahead and put it all together into a slow speed backing track. 1, 2, ready, and intro. 1, 2, rest, verse. 1, 2, 3,
baby girl was here. Your ass invited, so gonna get to coming. Go pop a phone,
2, 3,
for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan. Drop it for me. I'll rent a beach house in my.
and then you're going to go ahead and repeat that same chord progression. Let's go ahead and play that same section with a normal speed backing track. 1, 2, ready, and.
I got a condo in Manhattan. Baby girl was here. Your ass invited, so gonna get to coming. Go pop it for a plan. Pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for a plan. Drop it for me. I'll rent a beach house in my.
And then of course you're going to repeat that section again. Let's go over the chords that will be used in the pre-chorus. So your first chord is going to be E flat 7 sus 2, which was used earlier. That was your first chord of the verse part. The next chord is a G sharp 7. To form that chord, you're going to use your pointer and bar the 4th fret of all the strings. Then place your middle finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Then your ring finger on the 6th fret of the 5th string. and you can strum all of your strings. Your next chord is a G sharp minor 7. This is a similar chord to your G sharp 7. You can form that same chord, G sharp 7, and just release your middle finger. And you can play all of your strings. Your next chord is a B flat minor 7. To form that chord, you're going to use your pointer to bar the 6th fret of all the strings. And then you're going to place your ring finger on the 8th fret of the 5th string. And you can strum all your strings again. Your next chord is an F minor 7. To form the F minor 7, you can use your pointer to bar the 8th fret of the 5th string all the way down. Then place your middle finger on the 9th fret of the 2nd string. Then place your ring on the 10th fret of the 4th string. And you can strum from your 5th string all the way down. And the final chord we'll be using is an F augmented with an added G sharp. So to form that chord, place your pinky on the 9th fret of the 2nd string, pointer on the 6th fret of the 3rd string, your middle on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and your ring on the 8th fret of the 5th string. Strum from your 5th string down to your 2nd string. Now we will go over your pre-chorus rhythm. The main pre-chorus rhythm will land on beat 1 and the end of 2. Let me demonstrate this with clapping. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Your first chord, your E flat 7 sus 2, will land on beat 1. So 1. And then your G sharp 7 chord will land on the end of 2 of that same measure. 2, 3, 4. So together, that's 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Your next chord, G sharp minor 7, is going to land on beat 1 of the next measure. So 1. Then your B flat minor 7 will land on the end of 2 of that same measure. 2, and 3, 4. So that measure, starting with your G sharp minor 7, will be 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So let's put those first two measures of that pre-chorus together, and you can play along with me. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. In the next part, you're going to repeat that same first measure. So your E flat 7 sus 2 and your G sharp 7. But instead of your G sharp minor 7, you're going to play your B flat minor 7. And you're going to play that on beat 1. So 1. Then on beat 2, you're going to play F minor 7. And on beat 3 and the E of 3, the 16th note right after the 3, you're going to play F augmented add G sharp. So 3. Together, that half of the pre-chorus is 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now let's go ahead and put those two parts together and practice it with a slow backing track. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, let's take that same pre-chorus and we'll try it with our normal speed backing track. 1, 2, ready, and
Jump in the Cadillac, girl, let's put some miles on it. Anything you want, just to put a smile on it. You deserve it, baby, you deserve it all. And I'm gonna give it to you, gold jewelry.
Your chorus part will have two different halves. The first half will use the same chords as your verse part and the same rhythm as your pre-chorus part, which is 1 and the end of 2. So your first chord, E flat 7 sus 2, will play a full measure of that 1 and the end of 2 rhythm. So 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Your next chord, E flat minor 9 with no fifth, is going to play on beat 1, so 1, and E flat minor 7 with no fifth is going to play on the and of 2, 2 and 3, 4. So the E flat minor 9 with no fifth and E flat minor 7 with no fifth together will sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Then you're going to play your G sharp with a C bass for a full measure of that rhythm. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. And then your B7 sus 4 for a full measure of that same rhythm. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that first half together will sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Your second half goes back to the full verse rhythm. So beat 1, the and of 2, and beat 4. But there's a variation at the end of the chord progression. So you're going to play the same chord progression up to G sharp with a C bass. Let me show you what it sounds like up to that point. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. And at this part, you're going to play your last measure, which will transition into your next section. Your last measure starts on B flat minor 7 on beat 1. So that's beat 1. Beat 2 is F minor 7. Your third chord is going to be an E flat minor 7, and that's a similar chord to your F minor 7. Same shape, but you move your shape down 2 frets. So instead of your pointer being on the 8th fret, it's going to be on the 6th fret. That's your E flat minor 7 on beat 3. And then your last chord of this turnaround section is a C sharp major 7 with a G sharp bass. This is also a new chord. To form this chord, you're going to place your pointer on the 4th fret of the 1st string, your pinky on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, your middle on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and your ring on the 6th fret of the 4th string, and strum your strings from the 4th string all the way down to the 1st. Let me demonstrate these 4 chords in the last measure. 1, 2, ready, and let's go ahead and play our full chorus with a slow backing track. 1, 2, ready, and 2, and 3, 4. 1, 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 Let's go ahead and play this chorus section with a normal speed backing track.
You deserve it all.
1, 2, ready, and. Section is the bridge, which will use a lot of new chords. Your first chord is an F sharp major 7. To form this chord, place your pinky on the 11th fret of the 2nd string, middle finger on the 10th fret of the 3rd string, ring on the 11th fret of the 4th string, and pointer on the 9th fret of the 5th string. You can play from your 5th string to your 2nd string. Your next chord is an F sharp major 7 with an E flat bass. From your previous chord, F sharp major 7, just remove your middle and pointer finger, place your middle finger on the 11th fret of the 6th string, and your pointer can take the place of where your middle finger was, which is the 10th fret of the 3rd string. And you'll notice that your middle finger is slightly pressing down on the 5th string in order to mute it. You can strum from your 6th string down to your 2nd string. The next chord used is a G sharp with a C bass, which was used earlier. Your next chord is a B flat sus4 with an F bass. To form this chord, place your pointer on the 6th fret of the 2nd string, pinky on the 8th fret of the 3rd string, ring on the 8th fret of the 4th string, and middle on the 8th fret of the 5th string. You can strum from your 5th string down to your 2nd string. The next chord is B flat with an F bass. You can take your B flat sus4 with an F bass and just release everything except for your pointer. Put your middle finger on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, your pinky on the 8th fret of the 4th string, and your ring on the 8th fret of the 5th string. And you can strum from your 5th string down to your 2nd string. The bridge will then repeat F sharp major 7, F sharp major 7 with an E flat bass, and G sharp with a C bass. And then it'll go to another new chord, which is G sharp minor 7 with no 5th. To play this chord, use your pointer to bar the 9th fret of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. Then place your pinky on the 11th fret of the 3rd string, then your ring on the 11th fret of the 5th string. You can strum from your 5th string down to your 2nd string. Then the next chord is a C sharp 7 with a G sharp bass. Form the previous chord, which is G sharp minor 7 with no 5th. Release your pinky from the 11th fret of the 3rd string and place your middle finger on the 10th fret of that 3rd string. You can strum from your 5th string down to your 2nd string. Then your F sharp major 7 will repeat again. And then you're going to transition to an F7. So from that previous chord, F sharp major 7, shift that shape down 1 fret. So your pointer is on the 8th fret instead of the 9th fret. Then release your middle finger and bar down on all strings except for the 6th string. And strum from your 5th string all the way down. You will then go to an F chord, which is similar to your F7, but just remove your ring and pinky, and then use either your ring or pinky to bar the 10th fret of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. Then next chord is an F sharp 7. From your F chord, shift that shape up 1 fret so that your pointer is again on the 9th fret instead of the 8th fret. Release your ring or pinky bar. Place your pinky on the 11th fret of the 2nd string and your ring on the 11th fret of the 4th string. You can strum from your 5th string down. Your next chord is a G sharp 7. From your previous chord, F sharp 7, just shift that shape up 2 frets so that your pointer is on the 11th fret instead of the 9th fret. You can strum from your 5th string down. Next chord is an A diminished. From your previous chord, G sharp 7, just add your middle finger to the 12th fret of the 5th string. And since you don't have to bar down on that 5th string anymore, you can move your pointer down to focus on some of the other strings. Your next chord is a B flat minor. Use your middle finger on the 14th fret of the 2nd string, pinky on the 15th fret of the 3rd string, ring on the 15th fret of the 4th string, and pointer on the 13th fret of the 5th string. You can strum from your 5th to 2nd string. The next section uses some previously used chords. So it will use E flat 7 sus 2, and that chord will transition to F augmented with an added G sharp. And then it's going to go back to E flat 7 sus 2. Your next chord is B flat minor 7. And then it's going to go to F minor 7. And then back to F augmented with an added G sharp. Now we will go over the bridge rhythm. The bridge is split up into 4 different sections. The first section starts with an F sharp major 7 chord on beat 1. Then on that same measure, the and of 2 is going to move to F sharp major 7 with an E flat bass. 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that measure made up of the 2 chords F sharp major 7 and F sharp major 7 with an E flat bass sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Your next measure is going to move to G sharp with a C bass on beat 1. Then it'll move to B flat sus 4 with an F bass on the and of 2. 2 and 3 and on beat 4 you're going to play B flat with an F bass. 4 and. So that measure, which consists of G sharp with a C bass, B flat sus 4 with an F bass, and B flat with an F bass, sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So those 2 measures in that first section sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. The second section will repeat that same first measure of the last section, F sharp major 7 and F sharp major 7 with an E flat bass. Then it'll move to G sharp with a C bass on the first beat again. But on the and of 2, you're going to move to a G sharp minor 7 with no 5th. So 2 and 3 and. Then you're going to move to a C sharp 7 with a G sharp bass, and that's going to play on beat 4. 4 and. So that measure, which consists of G sharp with a C bass, G sharp minor 7 with no 5th, and C sharp 7 with a G sharp bass sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. And you put that together with the first measure, and you have your whole second section. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Your third section is going to repeat that same first measure that you've been repeating those two past sections, the F sharp major 7 and F sharp major 7 with an E flat bass. Same rhythm. And then on your next measure, you're going to move to an F on beat 1. And on the and of 1, you're going to play your F sharp 7. And then you're going to move to your G sharp 7 on beat 2. 2. And then on the and of 2, A diminished. And you're going to hold that for a little bit until the fourth beat. Then you're going to play your B flat minor. 4. So let me demonstrate just that measure. So 1, 2, ready, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now I'll demonstrate that whole third section. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Your fourth section goes back to E flat 7 with a sus2 on beat 1 and the and of 2. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3. And on 4, you're going to go to your F augmented with an added G sharp. On the and of 4, you're going to go back to your E flat 7 sus2. So that's a quick change. Together, that measure will sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Then you're going to go to a B flat minor 7 on beat 1. So 1, and then F minor 7 on beat 2, 2, and F augmented add G sharp on beat 3 and the E of 3. So a quick double 16th note hit. 3. Together that measure will sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3. That whole section sounds like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Let's try the full bridge with all 4 sections with a slow backing track. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 2, and 3, 4. 1, 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 2, Let's go ahead and try that with a normal speed backing track. 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, that concludes my lesson on That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful, and I hope to catch you on my next video. Thanks for watching.